Hey, I recently had a 17-year-old come to live with me. He had suffered tremendous abuse, incredible trauma, incredible anxiety. And I was feeling, him coming and live in my home, because we knew for several months, and I was feeling a little concerned, I was a little excited, I was a little anxious, and I'll be honest with you, I was even a little bit scared. Yeah, how is this going to affect my family? But you know what? It has nothing to do with me. His being placed in my house, my feelings were completely irrelevant to him. I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine a 7-year-old girl, late at night, without any explanation. She's taken by a stranger from her mother, taken from her father, maybe taken from her siblings, taken from her stuffed animals and toys, taken from her bedroom, her house, her home. She's taken from her grandparents, her aunts, her uncles, cousins, her neighbors, her friends. She's taken from her teachers and her schoolmates, and she's taken from people she goes to church with. She's taken from everything that she knows, late at night, without any explanation whatsoever, thrust into a strange home. My home. With strange people. Me, without any explanation. So what does she do? I'll tell you what she does. She asks these questions. Why am I here? When do I go home? When will I see Mommy next? Does Mommy hate me? Is it my fault that Daddy comes into my room late at night and touches me? Is it my fault that Daddy hits Mom? Is it my fault that Mom's in jail? Does my Mommy and Daddy no longer love me? And then she does this. She cries herself to sleep. Night after night. She wakes up the next morning. She doesn't remember the names of the people. She doesn't remember our faces. She doesn't know where the kitchen is. She doesn't even know she's allowed to eat breakfast. She goes to a strange school with strange people. She's given math work to do, science work, spelling words, something to read. She goes to a cafeteria where there's so many strange people there laughing. She thinks she's laughing at them, at her. And what is she going to do? She's going to scream and yell, I want to go home. That is the concern we should have. Not about how I'm feeling about having this child placed in my home. How these children are feeling. It is traumatic enough for a child in foster care to be placed into a foster home. I am a stranger. I am not their mommy or daddy. I can provide all the security in the world, all the stability in the world, love and comfort. I can provide all of that, but at the end of the day, I am not the child's daddy. So when I picked up that 17-year-old boy and I brought him to my house, I completely understood why he was withdrawn, why he was quiet, why there were tears in the corners of his eyes those first few days. He was scared. He didn't know me. He didn't know my wife. He didn't know my family. He had tremendous uncertainty in him. It is traumatic for a child to be placed into foster care. They're not the bad guys. The children in foster care are not bad kids. They did not do something wrong. They are victims. They need time. They need compassion. They need you. Even though you are not a foster parent, they need you to be understanding of what they're going through.